If you take these micro actions and create them into habits, you could be making thousands of dollars or thousands of pounds extra every year. So that could be as a freelancer, doing a little side hustle, a side gig, etc. So what are these micro actions?
Yep. Okay. Go.
So before I dive in, if you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. My name is Monju. I'm a full-time project manager at a large tech consultancy. Also a dad to 2 toddlers, so that's kind of a full-time job in itself. But I also do freelance content marketing. So I do photography, videography, social media, strategy, website, online branding, that kind of stuff. So my plate is like super full, and you're probably wondering, how am I fitting these things in? But I've developed some habits over the years, and I can distill them into 4 things. So these are micro learning, micro note taking, micro research, and micro editing. So let me take you through each one and tell you exactly what I mean. So for a bit more context, it's essentially using the time you have in kind of the crumbs of time here and there, the pockets of time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes here and there, to get work done. If you're like me, you're already working a full-time job and you're a busy parent, how do you squeeze in the time? And there are times when I'm working 1 or 2 hours after the kids have gone to bed, but hugely I fit in bits and pieces throughout the day. So what do I mean? So it could be 10 minutes before, 10, 15 minutes or half an hour before the kids wake up. It's when I'm picking up the kids and I'm a bit early and I've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes after school, or I'm lined up at a queue waiting, or I'm picking someone up. There could be like 50 different things happening that all add up over a day. It could add up to like an hour, 2 hours, 2 hours a day, or over the week, times it by 5, times it by 6 times 2, 12 hours a week. What is that? 24, 48 hours. So that's like 600, heading towards 600 hours a year. What can you do in 600 hours? And then if you put a value on that, let's say £20 times by 600, what is that? 12 grand. $12,000, £12,000 over a year when you've just taken micro actions here and there. Now, it's part of the puzzle. I'm not saying just take these micro actions, but definitely could bring in complete extra tasks and ultimately generate more money. It's super important to be constantly learning new trends, upgrading your skills. Like upgrading your skills, investment of your skills can really level yourself up to deliver value for clients, projects, etc. You're doing better work. You may discover new areas to expand in, etc. Or just learn how to be more efficient in the processes that you're doing, learn some automation or better way to use your camera kit. So what I do is I go onto YouTube. There's certain people that I follow, or I'll just put into the search, like, how do you do this? How do you edit the video, a bit like that. There's Skillshare that I use as well, and I'll put a link in the description. You can get 1 month of Skillshare for free if you use my referral link. Skillshare is absolutely fantastic way to learn a number of different skills, and it's very geared towards creative work, so website development, photography, social media management. There's a whole host. So it's definitely, I would say, more geared towards creative industries. What else is there? There's stuff that I'm learning on even Instagram. So I follow other people, editors, photographers, etc. on there, and that forms part of another micro action, which is around research. So research to gain ideas, new editing techniques, researching new equipment, industry trends, what's research into like your audience preferences, and etc. You could fit that in 10-15 minutes, and then you'll be surprised how much you can cover. Next one is note taking. So it's a bit linked, I guess. These all follow on from each other. So micro note taking. So on my mobile, on my iPhone, on the notes, I've used the Notes app to pop down an idea that pops into my head, or the research that I've done. I'll save some of the links or extract some information that is relevant for a certain task, I have a file on all of my clients. So I've got a file per client, a note, and if I find an interesting piece of content that I think, this is going to be suitable, this is going to be amazing for this client, I'll save the link and then I map it out by month. So I'm looking at September and October in terms of shooting some content. It could be like a reel or a meme or this certain piece of photography looks absolutely amazing. I'm going to try and recreate this for my client. So it helps enormously with the planning and delivery of this content shoot, the branding that I'm creating, the social media posts that I'm creating. So that's a fantastic thing that you could do in like 10 minutes. The fourth one that I mentioned earlier is micro editing. So I do a lot of my editing work both on the MacBook and enormously on the iPhone. And I'm sure many people do as well, use like CapCut. There's Instagram edits. There's a few others. Adobe Express, but the one I use is CapCut. I think it's one of the best ones. Really easy to use, and they've got a massive kind of library of templates and things to use. Often there's a bit of research as well. I can find different templates, or I could do a custom edit on the go within 15 20 minutes, or sometimes I'll find an amazing template that I'll slightly tweak, and I can blast out some client work in like 10 minutes, or at least sometimes what I do is I'll save some of the templates for later use, and then I've got a library, a catalog to draw on. So there's so much you can do. And the other thing that I do is I carry my MacBook with me at all times. Everywhere I go, I'll take it to work. It's so that I'm ready to go. So like if I catch 10-15 minutes in the car in between nursery run and things like that, or on my lunch break or wherever I am, like sometimes maybe I'll meet up with a client in the evenings or the weekend, meet up with some friends, etc., and I'm just twiddling my thumbs. It's a habit that I've developed over years, like a decade or so. Is I'm in a coffee shop. I grab a coffee. I'm waiting. I will smack my MacBook out. I'll whack out a bit of work, and like if you count it over months and months and months, it all starts to add up. Now, what I would recommend is you need those times where you're really focusing in on what you're doing. So put aside like 1 to 2 hours where you can find it and really focus, switch everything off. Maybe use like the Pomodoro technique and really focus on bashing out some work. In terms of productivity, that's one of the best ways to do it. But the point of this video is you're so busy with a full-time job, you're not quite there as a full-time freelancer or launched your business so that you can just work on your business full-time, and you've got a busy family life. So to balance that out and how to juggle things, this is one strategy that I employ. Is get into the habit of taking micro actions. Got it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be continuing to do more videos just like this one around freelancing, hints and tips, productivity, covering my tech. I'll do the odd review as well on the tech that I'm using, and ultimately how you can become a freelancer, set up a little freelancer business whilst you've got a full-time job or you've got a family to look after. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.